Hi everyone, Linda from Longstone Crafts here. I'm just going to show you some cutters that I use. One of the very many hoarding things I have. What I picked up in Lidl or Aldi is one of these. It's a fridge storage unit and I keep all my cutters in there. So I'll go through some of them that I use. I started off buying these little ones. They're tiny. I think they are sculpey. And they're just small little shapes. I don't use them that much. I thought they would be a great addition to have, but because they're quite long, when you press them into the clay, I tend to have to get my needle tool or one of these to get it out, and then I end up with marks all around the edges, so I don't use them that much because they're quite deep. I have other ones that are shallower or bigger. This is a company I found on Etsy. It's GF Art Stores. They're in Russia. They have 3D shapes. I love their shapes, but the only thing I don't really like, I don't know if you can see this, is, listen, because it's done with a 3D printer, it's layer upon layer. I'm trying to see if you can see that. See in there? So you get a graduated edge on your clay. Now I have seen people recommend that you put cling film over your clay first and then press the shape cutter through it. I haven't tried it with these ones, so maybe that will eradicate that problem, but I did get an email from them to say that they were now new and improved. They're very sturdy, but that's the only downside of it. You can see it's graduated, obviously, because the printer, each time it prints, it comes out a layer to get your 3D shape. I got those ones, which are sort of, they're not really square, are they? There's the company if you want to get them. I got this one there as well. I quite like this one. It makes a nice size pendant. And again, GF Art Stores, those ones. This is another nice, I like this shape. And that's GF Art Stores again. They very kindly send you a little present. So I got these ones. You always get something little extra in your order. And this shape, I don't know quite what I'm going to make with that. Kind of looks like a kidney, doesn't it? And then this is another store that I found. I think it's Nemravka. It's Russian as well. They send me lots of lovely emails, but I can't read them because they're in Russian. And I can't use Google Translator because they're in emails. But they're beautiful shapes. They've got a lovely sharp edge on them. And they come graduated. Now, what I learned the hard way was, if you want to make earrings, say you're going to have this as your pendant, and you want to make earrings, don't just buy this cutter, this size cutter. You need the opposite one. I learned that the hard way. So for instance, and I drop it. Okay. See? I've often just bought the bigger cutter and the smaller one, and then I've realized, oh, I can't make matching earrings because I have this shape. And no matter how much you try and turn it thinking, oh, I'll be able to do it, you can't. So be sure to buy a set that are symmetrical. That's the word I'm looking for. So that, I'll put the link under this video because I can't remember what exactly the name of their store is, but and it takes quite a while coming from Moscow. It takes you probably need to leave about 3 weeks if you order these. They're shipped very quickly out of the store. They then go to customs in Moscow. They can sit there for maybe 2 weeks. Then they go from Moscow to another department in Russia, which I'm not too sure. I don't know whether it's the airport security or what, but it seems to go from one department to the other, and then they're dispatched to Ireland. So you'd probably want to allow about 3 weeks for those. Then I got some Lucy clay cutters as well. That's these shaped. Again, these are 3D printed. And again, they leave the ridges in your clay. But beautiful shapes. I've only bought those 2 sizes now for those. And I don't have the opposite symmetrical side, so I haven't done much with those because, as I say, that's how I learned my lesson. Here's another shape from GF Art Stores. That's kind of like a shield shape. Don't be afraid to press these over a dome or a light bulb and get a nice curve on them, because you can get some really interesting shapes. These are GF Art Stores again. See, I told you I had a lot of cutters. These ones I picked up in the hardware, in the bakery section. I got these ones, and let me just go down to the bottom here. I got these ones. Okay, so have a look in your pastry section or your fondant icing section in your local hardware. The range have just opened in Ireland, so I have a branch near Waterford, which I'm quite happy about. They have gorgeous stuff down there, but don't go down on payday because you'll come out broke, that's for sure. Those make some lovely graduated sizes. These are fantastic. Again, I got these in my cake section rather, in my local hardware. And I think these are like the Kemper cutters. So the problem I had with these ones, I don't have with this, because it's got a little spring on it. You can see it's got a plunger that pushes the shape down out of the cylinder, so you don't have to go poking at it with a skewer. So I really like these, but I've seen the Kemper cutters on eBay and some of the art shop sites, and they're quite expensive. But I think I picked those up in the fondant icing section. Very same thing. So do have a look, because you might get them a lot cheaper. Then I have, I think these are Sculpey. They're either Sculpey or Makins. You can see I have the original cardboard thing on it, but I'm not sure. So if it's Sculpey, I'm sorry. If it's Makins, I'm sorry. I can't remember which one of you did them. But what I do is I put them in a little Ziploc bag. So if I get other oval cutters, I pop them in here so I can see all the graduation, and then put the whole thing into a Ziploc. And they're handy. So I have ovals, I have circles, I have teardrops. I really like teardrops. And again, you can see I put the miniature ones in there. So they're all together, even though they mightn't originally have come as part of the set. Anything that I pick up that match that shape, more or less, I pop them into the zippy bag. Again, I think these are Makins. I think these ones are. And then I love this shape too. What would you call that? Maybe an eye, or a, I don't know. What would you call that shape? Then I have bog standard rectangular ones. They are in 4 sizes, those little ones are. And I have these ovals as well. So I came across a lovely video by Patricia Robert Thompson. She did a gorgeous big circular piece with alcohol inks, and I loved it. But my circles that I had were this size. I thought, no, I think I'd like to go bigger. So what I found was a scone, or a scone, as some people say, cutter, and I just used this size. And it gives a lovely, you know, if you want a big statement piece, again, have a look in your bakery section in your local hardware, because you can pick up anything. Next time these are in Aldi or Lidl, Lidl as I call it, pick them up. I think it was $6.99, but it's a godsend when I'm working cutting out shapes, because this is my go-to box. I'm not rooting through a drawer looking for all the different ones. They're all here in this shape. Go check out GF Art Store. Check out Lucy Clay. There's a website. Yep, website's on the back here. Because I think in my first video I showed you how to roll clay with my very buckety pasta machine. But I've invested. This is the best thing I've ever bought. My Lucy Clay machine. I love it. As you can see, I've moved place. I'm now in an outside room in the garden, which I love. I can come out here and leave the mess and walk away and go back into the house, and then it's a great excuse to get out and get away from everybody in there. And this is my cabin. I'll do a demonstration on that maybe next video, because it is an amazing machine, and the customer service from Lucy Clay is second to none. I know it's expensive, but it's well worth the money. Absolutely. I'll go through all its features next video. As I say, it's the best thing I ever bought. When I did get it, I have it a year now. So they had upgraded the rollers, or the scrapers underneath here, and I was having a little bit of a problem when I was rolling clay, and I contacted George. He signs his emails, but I think it's Yuri, correct me if I'm wrong, to say I was having a bit of a problem, that the scrapers were gouging my clay. And he was straight away onto it. He said, oh, you have the old scrapers, we've now improved them. And he sent them out to me straight away, and I had them 3 days later, free of charge. And as far as I know, he popped those in as a gesture, which is lovely. I know it's expensive, but you get what you pay for, is the saying, isn't it? You get what you pay for. This is amazing. I absolutely love it. So I will do a demonstration on that the next time, because my other buckety pasta machine, the handle gave way. And it started to, I was getting black lines no matter how much I cleaned it. Now, it could have been that I was sticking this in to clean the trough, and maybe I scraped the rollers, I'm not sure, but I did have it a long time. So I invested. That's what we will say. I invested, and it's one of the best things I ever did. So I will do a video on this the next time. If you have any questions about the cutters, just put a comment below and I'll try and answer your question for you. Nice talking to you again, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.